morning, everyone. Welcome to the market color session of today, being the 11th of June 2025. For this segment of the market color session, I will be analyzing the XY, GBP USD, and Euro USD. Right after that, CJ will be coming up for his analysis on gold and the yen basket. If this is your very first time joining in for the market color session, you're very much welcome. It is such a pleasure to have you here. We do this every day, Monday to Friday, as long as there's no public holiday, right? 8:30 a.m. and 2 p.m. Nigerian time. I'd like to indulgence kindly schedule into this market color session with everyone on our various social media platforms so that this can get to as many people as possible. And if this is your first time joining in, kindly signify in the chat box so that we get to welcome you properly. While you're still doing that, we will just start with the analysis, and then along the way, we will acknowledge your presence. So starting off with the XY on the monthly time frame, we can actually see right here that we've been analyzing this for a couple of times, right? So the overall direction is actually to the upside. We saw this range right here and a sweep of this liquidity to the downside and down to the weekly time frame. We're even seeing more push to the downside. This very low has been broken, and we have seen price retracing into this very fair value gap right here on the weekly time frame. So what am I speculating for today on the XY? Right, we're even seeing some push to the downside. All I'm looking out for price to do right here is take out this very low at 98.068 on daily time frame and down to the 4-hour time frame. On 4-hour time frame, it's pretty much the same thing. I'm seeing that price is more or less caught up in a range. Apologies for that. So on 4-hour time frame, you can see that price is more or less caught up in a range. But seeing that I am bearish on the XY, what do I see price doing? There's actually a box strategy right here, shoulder at 100.032, a sweep to the upside, a break to the downside. All I want to see price do is retrace into the very left shoulder at 100.032 on the 4-hour time frame, and even narrowing it down to the 1-hour time frame, it's pretty much the same thing right here. Shoulder right at 99.865 on the 1-hour time frame, sweep to the upside. We've seen it break to the downside. All I want to see price do is retrace into this very left shoulder on the 1-hour time frame at 99.865. Right, so for the XY, I am bearish. All I want to see price do is, trade into this very level. And once price gets level, I'm willing to slam the XY to the downside. So my bias for the XY literally is a buy to sell, a buy to this very level and a sell of it. Overall, my bias is actually a sell on the XY. Down to GBP USD. On GBP USD, the monthly time frame, we're seeing even more push to the downside. Overall direction really bearish. But coming down here, the most recent price action, we've seen price taking out this very high right here, the high at 1.33964 on the monthly time frame, and down to the weekly time frame. Pretty much, we've seen this high being taken out all the way, so we can actually see that price is currently at premium. On daily time frame, fibbing, I beg your pardon, fibbing this most recent swing from point A to point B. All I want to see price do is retracing to 61.8% fib level. And calling out the price point, I want to see price retracing into 1.33448. And once price does that, I'm willing to continue the buy on GBP USD. So, but what am I seeing and expecting for today on the 4-hour time frame? On the 4-hour, you can see that price has actually been stalling. So to take out this very high right here, and all we're seeing is some push to the downside. On the 1 hour time frame. On the 1 hour time frame, I can actually spot the classic box pattern right here. Shoulder at one spot, 3, 4, 5, 4, 4. A sweep to the downside. I've seen a break to the upside. All I want to see price do is trade into this very left shoulder. And once price gets there, I'm willing to take the buy on GBP USD. So for today on GU, I am actually bullish. I'm looking out for buy opportunities on GU for today. Last on my list being Euro USD. On the monthly time frame, as seen right here, it's pretty much the same thing, same price action with GBP USD. Overall direction on the monthly time frame is actually to the downside. For this chart to load. All right. On the weekly time frame, we've seen price, taking out this very double top right here all the way to the upside. Fair value gap right here. All we want to see price do is trade all the way to take out this very high at one spot 15474 on the weekly time frame. Down to the daily time frame. Is for price to trade into this high, take out this very high right here at one spot 15621 and continue the buy to the upside. On the 4-hour time frame, pretty much interesting. I can spot the classic box pattern that we usually use for analysis right here. A left shoulder right here. Beg your pardon. Left shoulder right here at one spot 12720. A sweep to the downside, a break to the upside. All I want to see price do is retrace into this very left shoulder at these very price points that we called, and then I'm willing to take buy positions on Euro USD on the 1-hour time frame. It's pretty much the same thing. I can cite the left shoulder right here, at one spot 12782, trade to the downside, a break to the upside. All I want to see price do is trade into this very left shoulder, and I am willing to pull the trigger for a buy on Euro USD. Kindly take note of the price points that we're calling out, and I will, call our attention to it when price gets to this very price points that I'm calling out right here. So CPI comes out today by 1:30 p.m. Nigerian time. Kind of trade with caution, apply proper risk management, and trade what you can afford to lose. Please, if you have questions at this point, kindly type in the chat box and we will be attending to those questions. Or if you have a different bias from what has been analyzed, please type in the chat box and we will be attending to that. The ATM cash flow training comes up on the 14th of June 2025. It's our premium course for trading synthetics. Chat us up on 081 6099 5030 if you're interested in enrolling for the training, and we will help you with the registration process. For all the people who indicated in the chat box as this being their first time joining in for the market color session, you're very much welcome, and everything we're doing right here will make sense to you in the long run. Just make sure you keep joining in for these sessions and everything will make sense to you. You'll make money from the market. We also make sure that the market color group is active. We drop in signals and markups for possible trade entries. You should also be active. Keep your eyes glued to those groups so that everything we do here will be dropped in there. As I said earlier, when price gets to the various price points that I called during this session, I will be dropping it in the market color group on Telegram. Again, the ATM cash flow training kicks up on the 14th of June 2025. Chat us up on 081 6099 5030 to register for the training. If there are no questions or different bias, we're going on a very short break. The studio will be coming up for its analysis on yen and gold. Cheers and God bless. See you very soon.
Good morning and welcome back to the Market Color. We're continuing with today's Market Color as we take a look at what is happening on gold, and then we're going to look at the yen pairs, right? So starting off with gold against the dollar. Now, gold has just been in a very wide range for the past couple of days now. So it's just been stuck within this level. So we are just trading it accordingly based on what we're seeing in the market. Now, our last projection that we had on gold, I think that was on Monday, we're looking to see gold trade to the upside. So we're expecting a buy bias for gold. And that is what we've been looking out for this week. So we've been looking at buy trades on gold mostly for the most part of this week. And that is how it has been since then till now. We've not changed our bias so far. So our bias still remains a buy for gold. So let's go to the lower time frame to see how we intend to also play out on that bias on gold. Now, if you look at 4-hour time frame, there's this huge order block right here, and there's an inducement that was created around here, which is helping us to know that gold may possibly move up here to grab all this liquidity. So I'm expecting a move on gold all the way here before a sell. Okay, so for today's trade, let's look out for what we're expecting to see on the market today. Now, if you see on the 1-hour time frame, there's been a mini structure that has been created for a buy move. You can see that it has been creating higher highs and higher lows to the upside. And on the 15 minutes, price gently retracing to this order block just a few minutes ago. And now it is looking ready for a buy run. So for me right now, if you're not in the trade, I would advise you look out for entries on gold. Like for instance, if this particular entry plays out now, like this one you're seeing right here on your screen, where price has engulfed this particular candle here, you can start looking out for a gold buy from this level here. So for me, I'm looking out for a gold buy right from where price currently is. Okay, this current place where price is, this is like an excellent timing for the market. So this place where price currently is, I'm looking for a gold buy, and this is where I'm heading to. I'm targeting all the way here. Yes, I know I may be taking out profits slowly or till price gets there, but then overall, this is my target. So I'm expecting to see a buy on gold from here, where price is at this moment, all the way to the upside. So you can take your buys as well on gold. So let's buy gold this morning. You can see something like this. Normally, I would want to have a tight stop loss of about 50 pips. So we can do 50 pips somewhere around here. Okay, so this should be 50 pips. And then look at where we're targeting for buy on gold somewhere around here. So that should be about 200 pips. 1:5. So if this plays out, we'll be getting 1:5 out of this trade. So even if this doesn't play out, our bias still remains the same. We're looking for a buy on gold. So the second place I was looking out for that buy on gold was somewhere around here. So in case this first one doesn't play out, this is the second one that I would be looking out for. So if this first trade does not play out, we would come back and be looking for an entry on gold somewhere around there between this fair value gap and this old high. Remember the box pattern that we've always mentioned. Whenever you see a liquidity sweep like this and then a break of structure afterwards, price would likely come back to this place. So if this particular buy setup does not hold, we'll be taking another buy setup here. So let me show you where that one is going to be, somewhere around here. Okay, and then we'll be targeting all the way up here as well. So I have these two buy setups on gold. One is currently playing, and then for the second one, if price doesn't hold here, we'll wait for it to come here and then we'll buy. So any of these two that plays out, I'll be willing to take a buy on gold from there. So while doing so, make sure you apply proper risk management so that you would have enough options and enough chances to go at the market. Okay, so I hope this is very clear. Now let's look at the next pair that we have in line for today. Is the yen. We're looking at GBP JPY and Euro JPY today. So let's first take a look at the yen basket. The reason why I like looking at the yen basket first before I look at other currencies is that it helps me to get clarity. Then I'll analyze the others one after the other. So for the yen basket, currently it's just stuck to buy and then to sell. So it has just been stuck within this large range here from here. So from this swing high here to this swing low. So this is the range that the yen basket has been stuck in. So from here all the way here. So if you trace to this level below, I'll be expecting a buy. If you trace to the level above, I'll be expecting a sell from there. But for now, there's no clarity on what is going on the yen at this moment. So we may have to just trade the yen pairs independently. Right now, you're seeing that the yen basket is selling. So we could continue selling, or we just trade the yen pairs independently. So as we're looking at the market right now, it's showing us a sell trend. So we're expecting buys on the yen pairs like GBP JPY, Euro JPY, and the like. So if those buys play out, then those are the trades that we're going to be taking. But if they do not play out, then we're going to be taking trades in the opposite direction. So let's go to Euro JPY and GBP JPY, starting off with GBP JPY now. GBP JPY has just been ranging around this place. Well, then we're expecting it to sell. We were expecting it to sell off, but it looked like it has made the correction, and we started seeing buys taking place. But it is still stuck within the range. For me, I do not have a clear bias on GBP JPY at this time, so I would not be going fully into much more detailed analysis on GBP JPY. So, but overall, even though we're expecting it to sell off from at the higher part of the range, you can see the range that has been stuck in within the past couple of days. Even though it's at the higher part of the range, we're expecting it to sell. But then I would not want to take an action yet until I see clear movement. Even though on the yen basket, if you remember a couple of minutes ago, we just looked at the yen basket. We said it's expected to sell off. We're seeing it in a sell. But then it is in a good place to also, at this point where we're having conflicting bias, it's best to of the market and watch. Okay, as usual, most times when the market now gives clarity, we will now know the best direction to trade to. Okay, well, I don't want to just get my hand burnt during this process. Now, for instance, if we were looking at GBP JPY and you were assuming it was in a buy trend, then boom, that's taking you out on this sell. Now, if you assume that, okay, now we're in a sell trend, you want to buy, it's already reversing. So this is what happens when price is in a range. We like to just stay out and watch when there is clarity. When it has shown us clearly where the market is heading to, then we'll now engage the market. So sometimes maybe by the afternoon time, that's why it's not good to miss out on the afternoon market color. Sometimes during the afternoon market color, price is going to give us clear direction on where it's going. So in the morning, when it is trying to settle, would allow it to settle. Like you can see, market this morning has moved up, has moved down, it's moving back up. It's not yet clear, it's not settled. All right, until it's settled, then we're going to start looking for entry. So for this morning, I'm expecting it to buy maybe into this level here and then later on sell. But by afternoon, it's going to be clear for us to now decide. Now we have similar thing that is happening on Euro JPY, but for Euro JPY, it's much more clearer because we are seeing the clear buys on Euro JPY playing out directly, just like we were anticipating GBP JPY would. All right, so for Euro JPY, it is clearly buying. So we expect to see more and more buys to the upside. Same thing with the 4-hour time frame and then the 1 hour. So for us to be able to get a good trade off Euro JPY, I would say you wait for a decent retracement if you had missed the buy, because I don't believe anyone would have been trading this buy around this period, except you are in a time zone that favors trading around this period. If not, this is like the morning period for most people in Nigeria, and then for people in Europe and most parts of Europe. All right, so we're looking for Euro JPY buys at this moment, and right now we would favor any retracement. Any retracement we see at all, we're going to be taking it and buying Euro JPY all the way to the upside. Okay, so this is what I'm looking out for. So, but for me, my major trade that I will be looking to take for today is a buy on gold. I'm looking to buy gold today. That is like a better trade for me. Instead of trading something that is not very clear, I would rather go and take my buy on gold. So this is what I'm looking out for today: a buy on gold, a buy on Euro JPY. For gold, I've shown you the levels we're expecting it to buy. All right, and then for Euro JPY, we're just waiting for a good retracement, and then we'll look for an entry to take our buys to the upside. Okay, as usual, when trade for the gold trade setup, I'm going to send it to the Telegram group. So make sure you check out the Telegram group. Then for Euro JPY, once I see the trade entering into my point of interest, I'll send the signal as well to the Telegram group. Okay, so stay tuned and then anticipate the trade calls. We've already had one trade call already live here on YouTube. Sorry, on YouTube and here on Zoom already. So we'll send the markup later on. So it's good you attend the market call so you understand how we came about our analysis and our entries. Okay, and then it's good you're always on the Telegram group so that when we are about entering the trade or we're exiting the trade we enter, we can also send it to the group so that you take advantage of it. Okay, so this is our analysis for today. I hope you're able to get value for the time spent with us during this short period. All right, so remember to trade cautiously and apply proper risk management while trading. If you have further inquiries on any of our products or services, make sure you send us a message on our WhatsApp number so that we'll take it up from there. All right, once again, welcome all those who are joining us for the first time. It's a pleasure to have you all here on the Market Color. We're going to be doing this every weekday. We'll run our analysis and also share the markups on the group every weekday, okay? All right, so thank you very much. Let's take a few comments. Thank you. Someone says, thank you so much for this class. You're welcome. Someone said, you're allowed to ask your questions on the Telegram channel, please. And then someone else said, thank you. So, okay, thank you. You're all welcome. We appreciate it. Then Euro JPY is jumping around. Why? Sometimes we do not control the market, okay? Sometimes we just see the market behaving the way it's behaving. It's because there is nothing that is pushing it at that time, okay? There's nothing that is pushing Euro JPY at this time. So if there was a fundamental that is pushing Euro JPY, then you would have seen it moving in a particular direction. Point, everything is just quiet, so price is steady. Just like let's use maybe the Nigeria against the dollar. Sometimes when there's no fundamental that's pushing it either to the upside or to the downside, you see the price just remains flat or remains at a certain price range for a while. Okay, same thing is happening to Euro JPY. Nothing is really pushing the yen pairs at this moment. So it's just trading slowly and there's no much volatility in the market. Okay. All right. So I hope we've answered all the questions. Someone says, please, can we look at stocks? Okay, we are stocks and stock indices on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So make sure you're around on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We're doing this so that we can keep to time we always like to make sure our analysis is within the time frame of 30 minutes, so you can get your clear bias for the day and then go ahead with your activities. So we have a timetable for all the pairs we analyze. So for stocks indices, we're usually analyzing it on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Okay, so make sure you're around so that we would have a wonderful time analyzing it. Okay. Okay, so let's take one more look at gold before we exit. All right, so you can see our gold entry has already started moving. Okay, so I told you around this place when price was around 3341 spot 11 to buy gold. All right, this was where we started our analysis, and this was where I said you should buy gold from. Stop loss below here, at least 50 pips, at most 50 pips, okay, or at least 50 pips. It makes sense either way. So gold is already pumping up. For those who have already entered the trade, good luck to you. I'm moving late on the trade because I have to finish up this market color before I go and jump on the trade. So for those of us who missed out, you can just wait for a brief retracement. If you see gold retrace to somewhere around here where this entry is, you can take another entry. Okay, if it doesn't retrace, then congratulations to those who took the trade. It's a sacrifice we pay. I didn't even have enough time to go and open my own chart and take the trade. So for those who did not enter early, let's just wait out and see what is going to play out at the end of the day for gold. Okay, so let's just wait. Maybe if I see another entry signal, I would send it to the Telegram group. I'll just forward just this particular one to the Telegram group. Then if we see another one later on in the day, I would also send it to the Telegram group. So keep an eye on the Telegram group so that once we send it, you'll be able to see it and also take advantage of it as well. Okay. All right. Thank you very much for your comments. I hope I've answered everyone's question. And we're going to be ending the market color here, and we'll reconvene around 2 p.m. GMT plus 1. That is standard Nigerian time for New York analysis, where we'll look at what has played out today versus what we expect to play out for the remaining parts of the day. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. So until then, wish you good luck and good trading. Cheers and God bless, guys.